Hey guys, what's going on? It's Corrupt back in with another commentary, and I do want to apologize for not posting the past, I think it's 2 days, maybe 3 days. Pretty much, I hit 150 subscribers. I'm at like 157 right now, guys. I need to thank all of you so much. It's so awesome. Um, Pretty much, I actually don't have it in front of me. I forgot to get it before the commentary. Who the 150th subscriber is? Actually, no, it'll be in the description. The 149th and 151st subscriber. Because the 150th, it just said a new user, which means it's somebody without a YouTube account. So, you know, they subscribe to me. Thank you very much. But I can't, give you the 150 subscriber shout out for that. But this is gonna originally 150th subscriber commentary was gonna be a dual com with somebody else that that I used to be really good friends with, and he hasn't been available to do the commentary. I don't know exactly what's been going on. I've seen him on Xbox and stuff, but it's whatever. So I'm doing this commentary myself. And this was actually the gameplay I even had planned to use with him, because I wanted to talk with him about the overpowered stuff in Modern Warfare 3, what Infinity Ward has been doing to fix the overpowered things, and what they haven't done to fix it, and things like that. So I'm pretty much going to do the exact same commentary, just instead of with two people, just with one. So you'll notice, of course, in a commentary about overpowered things, I had to use the Type 95. Just, what could possibly be more overpowered? So, my response to that is there was a couple things that there's a couple problems with Type 95. One is that you can get a one-burst kill with this thing well, actually no, you can get a one-burst kill at any distance with this gun. On a good host, if all 3 bullets hit, you'll get the kill. If not, maybe a 2-burst, and if, you're missing your shots, could be 3 bursts, or if you're actually missing the full bursts, it could be, 5 or 6 or 10, I mean, if you're missing the bursts, of course. But, it kills really fast. The other problem that relates to the Type 95 is rapid fire. In Black Ops, they did something fantastic with rapid fire. They made it so that, yes, it fired faster, but it lowered the gun's damage by 30%. So it took you 30% more it fired 30% faster, but with 30% less damage. So if you were hitting your shots, it was good. If you were missing, it was bad. That's pretty much what it came down to. Rapid fire could hurt people just as much as it could help people. But in the same sense, in this game, rapid fire does not take away damage. All it does is up the rate of fire. So the Type 95, I've seen it all the time. Rapid fire and red dot sight. It makes it really easy to hit all 3 shots in the burst, and it fires faster. It's really a good gun, I mean, straight up, I use it myself, when I want to level up fast, if I'm just irritated at the game, if I'm having a bad game, whip out the Type 95 red dot rapid fire, and you murk kids. That's pretty much how it goes. So what they did to the Type 95, that's your background on what the Type 95 is. What they did to the Type 95, they actually did not do anything with the damage multiplier. They pretty much gave it, I don't know if this was ever released, but this is personally what it feels like to me. It feels like they gave it a slight amount of recoil if you're not using kick, like actual recoil, like rapid fire. It actually feels like the gun bounces. That might just be what it always was like, and I never noticed it. But what they actually released that they did was they made the hip fire reticles slightly bigger, so the hip fire on the Type 95 is not as good. Pretty much that actually did nothing, because when I hip spray somebody at close range, I actually do basically what's called pop shotting, which is when you just tap the left trigger really fast. And look at that, that would be a very unfortunate spawn death right there. You just tap the left trigger really fast, and it looks like without quick draw, it kind of looks like your gun's spazzing out, but you never actually fully aim down sights. But your crosshairs shrink, so it's good. So that's pretty much the counter to that for those Type 95 users out there. And yeah, that's pretty much what they did to patch the Type 95. So, it's still a good gun. I still would recommend it if you're in the mood to, wreck kids. If you're if you want to try something new, if you want to use an automatic, you don't like the Type 95 for whatever reason, go with another gun, G36, ACR. They're all good. Anyway, next overpowered thing in this game, I'm going to have to go with the FMG9 Akimbos. Now, I'm sticking with guns right now, but don't worry. There will be other things later. So, FMG9 Akimbos. Everybody knew that these were overpowered. When I first saw the gun, I was like, oh, this gun is crap, because when I first got the game, I didn't have the Akimbo. All I had was one of them. So, it had absurd amounts of recoil. And yeah, it had absurd amount of recoil. So, a lot of people... So, off start, I was like, oh, I'm not going to use this, and I started using pistols. But once you finally tough it out, I would actually recommend, if you got one of them, just hip spraying with it, to be completely honest. But once you get the akimbo of them, they did something off of the start of the game, off the release of the game, that kind of made them a little bit worse than the other machine pistols, and that's the draw time, and it has to go through that little like flipping animation because it's like a suitcase pistol. But there was easy to counter that. You just spawn, take him out, and put him back away, and then later on you wouldn't have to do that animation. But it was a nice thing. They kind of knew that that was going to be a good machine pistol, I would assume. But what did they do to them? Essentially what they did is they made the hip fire reticles slightly larger, and they, look at that jump shot. I love the MP412s, they're so good. But, what did they do? They made the hip fire reticles slightly larger, and they added more recoil with the akimbo. So, the gun jumps a lot, but it's still pretty easy to control because, you don't have that aim down sights failure-ness that sometimes you get. But, all in all, FMG9 Akimbos are still good. Personally, I like the MP9s, I think. Yeah, MP5 and MP7 are primaries. The MP9s are the secondary. I love using that with extended mags. It's actually really cool to use. That guy failed so hard. It's actually, like a good one. It doesn't have so much recoil or anything like that, but it's good. It's a good secondary. That or the Scorpion Akimbos or the MP412s Akimbos or the 5.7 Akimbos. You guys get where I'm going with this. But overpowered stuff, that's how it goes. So the next thing I want to talk about that is overpowered that they didn't fix at all is recon. Now you guys are probably all thinking to yourself, what? But recon is actually very overpowered, and a lot of people don't really recognize it. Now, it's not overpowered if one person's using it. If I'm running around the map with recon, throwing my flashbangs and stuff, it's not that overpowered. But it is really overpowered if a full team is running it. If you're up against a full team of people throwing flashbangs with recon, your team is going to lose, almost guaranteed, unless you're up against really bad kids that happen to be running recon. Because it is so good. Bullets make them show up, and flashbangs and nades and stuff, so all you gotta do is chuck 2 flashbangs on dome, and their whole team is tagged. Like, you can even see, I think, yeah, I'm running it now. And you can even see how well I just tagged, like, half their team doing that. Now, that's just me. If a full team's using it, it's extremely overpowered. I don't think they're gonna patch it, but it's just something I wanted to point out, that there are other alternatives to sleight of hand and blind eye, and recon is certainly a fantastic alternative. Now on to, the next things, that this one isn't overpowered, but this is just something I wanted to point out that I think Infinity Ward did a great job of, and that's the different strike packages. Now, in Modern Warfare 2, in Black Ops and everything, if you weren't nearly as good at the game as other people, you probably ran the 3, 4, 5 kill streaks, because you couldn't get the bigger kill streaks. You just weren't as good. And therefore it made you, do not nearly as good as the other players all around. Just in general, you couldn't do as well because you weren't getting those high kill streaks because you couldn't get them. I think Infinity Ward did a great job with the support package. I think that that's something I really want to commend them on, because it gives the people who aren't nearly as good a chance to get those higher kill streak awards. So maybe somebody goes with an even KD ratio, getting 1 kill, 1 death every single time. You can still pull off an Osprey Gunner with that or an EMP, and really help your team out. But yeah, guys, that's just the main overpowered stuff. I could go into like how the trophy system can stop Predator missiles and javelins and Stinger missiles and all that stuff that your enemies have. I could go into all sorts of things about that, but this is the main overpowered things and what Infinity Ward did about it. Pretty much they did a little bit, but they didn't do enough, in my opinion. But I think that they are making the effort, and I look forward to seeing what the future holds with patches and things like that. And yeah, if you guys, thank you again for 150 subscribers, and look in the description for the names of the 149th and 151st. And this has been Corrupt. Drop a like, leave a comment, you guys know the deal, and yeah, peace out.